Have you ever found yourself in this situation? Payday finally arrives. You open your phone and see $5,500 sitting in your bank account. For a few minutes, you feel rich. And then the rent comes out. Eat 10 bye gone. Then your car payment and insurance take another $650. Then the credit card bill arrives. Another $600 gone. Electricity, internet, your phone bill, groceries, Uber, Amazon, subscriptions. Suddenly, your money is disappearing everywhere. You watch your balance drop so quickly that you barely have time to realize what is happening. And before you know it, that $5,500 paycheck is down to just $1,200. 2 weeks later, you're checking your bank balance before buying almost anything. By the end of the month, you're practically back at zero. Then payday comes again, and the entire cycle starts over. The scary part is, you're not lazy, you're not unemployed. You're working 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. And yet, you still feel broke. Because sometimes, you're not poor because you earn too little. You're poor because your money disappears too fast. The real question isn't only how much money you make, it's how much of that money actually stays with you. And if you change the way your money works over the next 24 months, your financial life could look completely different. Let's imagine a guy named Jake. At 25, Jake earns about $3,200 a month. He lives a simple life, a small apartment, an older car, and an ordinary smartphone. But at the end of every month, Jake can still save around $500. Then one day, he gets a raise. His income goes from $3,200 to $4,000 a month. Jake thinks, finally, I can afford to live a little. So he moves into a nicer apartment. Then he gets a newer car. Then comes the expensive new smartphone. He starts eating out more often, traveling more, and subscribing to more services. None of these expenses seem huge by themselves, but together, Jake's cost of living starts rising almost as fast as his income. His income goes up, but his spending goes up too. And Jake is still almost exactly where he started. It's like running on a treadmill. You're moving faster, but you're not actually getting anywhere. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it can become one of the biggest financial traps for people whose income is growing. Every time Jake gets a raise, he tells himself, now I can finally afford this. Then something else, and then something else. Eventually, someone earning $1,000 a month can have almost the same amount left over as someone earning $3,200. Because earning more money doesn't automatically make you wealthy. You get wealthier when the gap between what you earn and what you spend keeps getting bigger. But why do we spend so much money? Let's be honest with ourselves. Do you really need a $1,200 smartphone, or do you want the feeling that comes with owning it? Do you really need a $50,000 car, or do you want people to notice you driving it? Do you really need the more expensive apartment, or do you want the feeling that you finally made it? And this is where things get dangerous. A lot of the things we buy aren't just products. We're buying emotions, the feeling of success, the feeling of being respected, the feeling that we're not falling behind. And social media makes this even worse. You open your phone, and suddenly you're looking at people traveling, driving expensive cars, eating at fancy restaurants, and living in beautiful apartments. But you don't see their credit card debt. You don't see their car loans. You don't see their bank balance. You only see the lifestyle. And then you start trying to look rich, instead of building a system that actually makes you wealthy. So if you want to escape this cycle, where do you start? Not with Bitcoin, not with the next stock that promises to go 10 times higher. Start with something much less exciting. Look directly at how you're spending your money. For the next 30 days, open every account you use. Your checking account, your credit cards, PayPal, Venmo, anywhere your money moves. And write down every single expense. It doesn't matter if it's $5 or $500. Track it. Then put every expense into 3 categories: needs, intentional spending, and invisible spending. The first category is what you actually need: rent, food, utilities, insurance, transportation. The second category is what you intentionally choose to spend on: a dinner with friends, a vacation, a hobby. You don't necessarily have to eliminate these things. But the third category is where things get interesting. These are the expenses you barely notice. $7 for coffee, $12 for a subscription, $20 for an Uber, $30 for something you didn't really need from Amazon. Each purchase seems harmless, but when dozens of small purchases add up, you could easily be losing $500 a month. That's low teen million a year. And here's the important part. You don't need to earn an extra $6,000 to have that money. You just need to stop letting it disappear. And here's one simple rule you can start using today. If something costs more than $100, don't buy it immediately. Wait, Arsasooth hours. Put your phone down, close the shopping page, and give yourself one full day to think. After RCC hours, if you still want it, then think about buying it. But at least you're no longer making the decision in the heat of the moment. Ask yourself, do I actually need this? Then ask, if I don't buy this, will my life actually be worse? If the answer is no, put it back. You just kept that money. One decision might save you $100. Do that enough times over a year, and you could keep thousands of dollars that would have otherwise disappeared. More importantly, you're training yourself to control your money, instead of letting advertising and impulse control you. Now, here's another mistake people make. They set goals that are too far away. I want to have $1 million. Sounds great. But if you currently have $2,000 in the bank, $1 million can feel like it's on another planet. And when the goal feels impossibly far away, it's easy to give up. Instead, break the next 24 months into 8 90-day cycles. For every 90-day cycle, answer 3 questions. First, how much money will I keep? Maybe your target is $700 every month. Not as much as possible, a real number. Second, what expense will I eliminate? Maybe it's $150 a month going toward things that don't really matter to you. And third, how much additional income will I create? You don't need another $5,000 right away. Start with $10,000 a month, then $10,000, then $10,000. Because the goal isn't to completely transform your life in 30 days. The goal is to build a system that can keep working for 24 months. Saving money is extremely important, but saving alone can't solve every financial problem. If you earn $3,000 a month, you can cut expenses, but you can't cut them forever. You still have to live. That's why saving is defense, but increasing your income is offense. Look at the skills you already have. Maybe you can edit videos. Maybe you can design. Maybe you can code. Maybe you can create graphics or help small businesses with their content. Maybe you're good at teaching. You could tutor students online after work. Maybe you have a technical skill that companies are willing to pay for. Turn that skill into freelance income. You don't need to build a $100,000 business overnight. Your first goal could simply be $10 extra per month. Then one day, you receive your first additional $300 payment. And suddenly, something changes. You realize, I can actually create money outside of my paycheck. Then $10,000 becomes $1,000,000. Wolverine becomes $10,000,000. And eventually, that side income becomes another financial engine. Now let's say Jake can save $1,000 every month. That's $12,000 in 1 year. After 1 year, he has built a meaningful financial cushion. Not because he got lucky, because he repeated the same behavior every month. After 2 years, that's $24,000 saved, before considering any investment growth. But Jake doesn't immediately chase risky investments. First, he builds an emergency fund. His goal is roughly 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Now, an unexpected bill doesn't automatically become a financial crisis. Next, he attacks high-interest credit card debt, because there's little point investing aggressively while expensive debt is eating away at his finances. Once the foundation is stronger, Jake begins investing consistently according to his goals and risk tolerance. He ignores flashy promises of getting rich overnight. No secret stock, no guaranteed tenfold return, no influencer promising a shortcut. Instead, Jake takes the boring path. Small contributions repeated consistently for years. And over time, those contributions begin to build something much bigger than a pile of cash. They build wealth. Eventually, Jake automates the process. His paycheck arrives, and his money is automatically divided between living expenses, savings, investments, and personal goals. He no longer has to make dozens of financial decisions every month, His system is doing the work for him. And that creates something money can't easily show on a bank statement: peace of mind. An emergency happens, he's prepared. His job becomes toxic, he has options. A major expense appears, he doesn't immediately panic. 2 years ago, Jake was surrounded by bills, an empty wallet, and constant financial stress. Now he has savings, investments, additional income, and something he didn't have before: control. And that's the real meaning of financial freedom. It's not about driving the most expensive car. It's not about living in the biggest house. It's not about making other people think you're rich. It's about having enough control over your money that you can buy back something much more valuable: your time. So if you're struggling financially right now, don't just ask, how can I make more money? Also ask, why does the money I'm already making disappear so quickly? Because sometimes, the first step toward becoming wealthy isn't earning more. It's simply stopping your money from disappearing.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next videos. Your support really helps us create more content about money, business, and financial freedom. See you in the next video.